Hey guys, what is up? I am that JRPG bro. We're playing more Persona 5 Royal. We have 18 days until our deadline for Kaneshiro before the pictures get leaked of us in the club. Last time, Makoto had her big awakening sequence. Those are always really cool. Personal favorite for me. Makoto is my personal favorite character in the game, so that's just me.
Eureka! Curious, huh? Well, I've come up with a super cool idea. Lady Ann will surely swoon for me if I...
Sorry for the wait. So, what's up, Morgana? From what?
Well... It's something I've been giving a lot of thought lately. Now that we've all gained some experience in battle, I think it'd be good for us to work on our finishers.
Our finishers? Yeah, I guess if we're going to keep fighting, we ought to do it with style.
Right? So I came up with just the idea. It's maybe my best one yet, and we can definitely pull it off if you play a part in it, Lady Ann.
Me? Well, okay. What do you need me to do?
Now that's our Lady Ann. Quick on the uptake. What I had in mind was... And that should do the trick.
Really?
So is that a no?
Well, it's not that I don't want to. It's more like, isn't your idea sorta impossible? Even in the metaverse? Huh? What was that?
Sup?
I never imagined that I would end up helping the Phantom Thieves. Things would get interesting if my sister ever found out.
There's no time to be getting sentimental here.
Yes, I understand. I do have one request about all of this, though. Can you teach me how to be a Phantom Thief? Like, about the metaverse, for example?
Simply put, that world is formed of a person's cognition. There you can change people's hearts.
Yeah, I've gathered that much just from going there once. But the method of transportation still eludes me. I mean, it's a smartphone navigation app.
You only need a name, a location, and a distortion. After the first entry, the palace is bookmarked.
You really just make it sound like an ordinary app. Aren't there any dangers associated with it?
Don't worry about that. We've already been a bunch of times and...
That's not what I mean. It's a navigation app, right? Couldn't someone easily access our history on the server? Wait, why are you looking at me like that? Has nobody thought of this before?
Now she's catching me off guard, too.
And we don't know where it came from, right? It showed up on my phone without any input from me. Do you know anything about it? What?
I don't fully understand, but I don't think we have to worry about people accessing our data. From what I can tell, this app is incredibly special. It wasn't made by any ordinary means.
True. An app that allows you to enter another world isn't exactly commonplace. Well, Sis doesn't know who the Phantom Thieves are, so I suppose our information is safe for now.
We're still learning things ourselves. I hope your sharp wit can help us with that.
Thank you. I'll do my best. More importantly, we need to stop him from releasing those photos. If the public gets a hold of them...
I could only imagine what would happen then.
Come on, we just gotta take care of him before the time limit. We'll bounce back from this. Plus, people will really start admiring us if we can manage to take this bastard down.
Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity. We have to succeed no matter what.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
So what am I gonna be called? You all were using code names, weren't you?
You're quite perceptive.
This time's a hard one. Maybe something like, shoulder pads?
Why in the world did you focus on that?
I refuse to be called that.
What about Ryder?
Sounds too much like a smuggler. Next.
Fixer?
I'm not a mastermind, though. Next. Won't you give me something better to work with?
She reminds me of an empress. You got anything, Joker?
Whoa, I totally see it.
It fits so well that I'm at a loss for words here.
Queen. It has a nice ring to it. I like it. Let's go with that. Now then, could you explain to me the strategy for this mission?
Strategy?
You don't have one? Wait, the Phantom Thieves were acting without any plans?
We pretty much look around the area. I provide navigation when needed. And then,
If we run into shadows, we beat the shit out of him.
Very well then. I feel like I'll be useful for sure. Seems my role is to be the brain of this team. I'll analyze Mona's information and give out orders. Any objections?
None, Queen!
I bet Skull's definitely the type that'll be under a girl's thumb.
Mona, will you begin navigating us?
yes, Queen!
Him too, it seems. Indeed.
Alright, so we have to find another way into the actual palace right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where the entrance is. I know that for a fact. I guess I have to go through the front here. Or try to go through the front first, and then we can, from there, really go through the other entrance here. I got that a little confused right there. I was like, oh. Huh.
Nice.
I feel a little stupid right now, but we figured it out. It's all good.
Joker.
So let's go pop in through the infiltration point. We're going to use our third eye to make sure it's right. So yeah, the third eye is telling us it's the right entrance.
Whoa!
Hold on a second. What is that?
A shadow in the shape of a dog. It seems this place has its own watchdogs.
I don't like the looks of this.
You mean 'cause you're a cat?
Hell no! I mean, it might be able to sniff out intruders or hunt us down super fast. But if it does end up making trouble for us, that could actually work out in our favor. We'll have a chance to finally show off our surprise finisher!
Sorry to butt in. We've been spotted.
Not bad. But love always burns the brightest when facing down an opponent like this. Panther, I think the moment's finally arrived. It's showtime!
Huh? You want to do that right now? Jeez, fine. Here we go.
I'm fired up! It's showtime! For you, Panther!
How sweet! It's just what I needed! How's that? Ha!
Get a load of this!
Perfect!
This is amazing!
Do you think...
What about this?
This is...
So we got Showtime attacks, which is brand new for Persona 5 Royal, and they're fantastic. I know a lot of people are going to sit here and say, but bro, they get a real heal from the top. They get really annoying, because for a lot of times you're going to trigger them a lot. And I know a lot of people are like, they're terrible, they're boring, they're redundant, they're repetitive. I actually really like them. You get them all through progressing through the game's actual story, and at certain events, you get them. Every character has one, maybe two total ones. There's a few that I've actually never seen, which is crazy. I don't know if it's has something to do with the characters you have in your party or not, but there are a handful that I have actually never seen before, and it's crazy that that's the case. This palace, I really actually do enjoy Kaneshiro's palace to a certain extent. I really like it. It's pretty linear as a whole, but you kind of do have to do quite a bit of backtracking, and getting lost is actually pretty easy here. I'm not gonna lie, we're probably gonna get lost a few times here, and I get it. I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna deny that we're probably gonna get lost a handful of times throughout this palace. This isn't the worst in terms of getting lost. I want to say I think the next one's the one that really, you know, I really get lost in, and that's just because of how it's set up. So this is pretty much, like I said, it's pretty linear. There will be some backtracking here and there. Right now, it looks like we're going to have our party kind of cemented right now for the foreseeable future. I do like Makoto, like I said, is my favorite character in the game. Makoto's best girl, in my opinion. So we're going to use, we always keep her in the party from here on out until the end of the game. Not even going to lie about that. Ryuji and An usually stick around for a while in terms of the party. Unlike in Persona 4, where we had the electricity user, which was Kanji. Kanji really kind of came in when he first joined our party. He was really strong, and it was really cool because he was stronger than Chie, and a lot of people switched Kanji for Chie and then ended up regretting it because 5 lets your, back party get experience points, and with your back party getting the experience points as well as your regulars getting the experience points, we're talking about, so everyone's going to be kind of like a similar level. I think the back party gets less experience points, but what I'm trying to say here is Kanji kind of like plateaued in Persona 4. He was more of a physical attack. He didn't really use any actual magic skills. He wasn't very good with that. Ryuji feels a bit kind of like a cross between, Kanji and Chie. Chie was more obviously a physical character, but her magic skills were not atrocious, but she didn't learn better magic skills, which I didn't understand. Kanji learned the better magic skills, but he was goddamn awful with it. So, like, you have that kind of that weird curve where characters join later and they're either really strong and they kind of plateau. In my opinion, I think Makoto might be one of the better characters that gets joining your party, mainly because she's pretty damn balanced. She can be, a physical threat. Her projectile attacks, her gun attacks are pretty good, and she's actually a pretty good magic user. She can be your healer, and she can also be, she's kind of like your tank and healer at the same time. So it's really good to have her in your party. I know An is really more of a magic user and more of a healer as well. Okay. So having both of them in your party at the same time kind of is a double win there, where you kind of have that third person for whoever you want, be it Ryuji or Yusuke or Morgana. A lot of people say they like using Morgana. I don't. Personal preference. Setting up your party really doesn't have any real big deal on anything in the game. It's like I said, it's all personal preference. So if you prefer, the original 4, Joker, An, Ryuji, and Morgana, by all means, you use that party. If you prefer Yusuke instead of, Morgana or so on and so forth, that's your prerogative. I'm pretty set in my ways. Like I said, I've played, vanilla Persona 5 and Royal a handful of times, so I'm not really going to be kind of changing things up. I always say I want to change things up, but when it comes to the party is usually pretty cemented as a whole, and it's just how I am, because, right now, personally playing this game right now, I believe Makoto is a handful of levels beneath the main Phantom Thieves, so we do want to kind of get her to get up to up to par with everyone else. So in order to get her up to par, we really kind of have to start using her more so she gets more experience points. That's just something you want to throw out there. Sometimes your characters, you may be under-leveled compared to the next palace, or you may be over-leveled. The ultimate goal of the developers was for you to be around that same level. So for example, when Yusuke joined us, I think he was level 15, 16, so the developers wanted us to be in that ballpark area of level 15 and 16 when we got to Madarame's palace, and of course we're a little higher. I always say aim higher. Looks like we did kind of circle back to the beginning of the palace here, which, if you ask me, is definitely on the frustrating side. Circling back here was not. Like I said, we're gonna get stuck in this palace every once in a while, having to go back and forth because there's locked doors everywhere, and it kind of acts like a maze. I don't know if I've never seen a bank like this before, personally, but we're gonna get lost. It's guaranteed. Like, I have the thing is there's so much in this game. There's literally so much in this game. And trying to remember everything, it's like, okay, no, not gonna happen. I say it's my favorite game, and a lot of people are like, but bro, if this is your favorite game, why are you not like perfect at it? Why don't you have everything, you know, memorized down to a T? And I'll be honest with you guys, it's a big ass game. So yeah, here we go. I think we're supposed to go this way. And I do really like how in, you know, 5 as a whole, the dungeons are kind of set in stone. I really did like the uniqueness of 4 being, you know, different.
Show me your true
4 being kind of randomized every time you went to a palace. I really did like that a lot. So, different music here. You see this persona here we're fighting is level 17. So, in reality, the game wants us to probably be around level 20 at this point in time. You can usually tell by Makoto's level what level we're supposed to be at. And it kind of feels weird knowing how far we are in the game.
Hey!
Oh?
Okay.
And there we go, we got the map, part of the map. And the cool thing about this is, as opposed to like 4, where the map kind of fills itself out because, it's, like I said, it's randomized. This one we actually have to get maps, and I like how almost everything is like 2 parts, 2 maps. I think that's really cool as a whole for the game to really do that. To kind of have 2 maps, I think having 2 maps works great as a whole. I don't think there's anything that actually has 3. But the maps may cover more or less, depending on the size of the palace. I think this is actually a moderately sized palace. The last one felt a little bit smaller.
Oh.
It definitely felt, Madarame's felt smaller, but it wasn't. There was a whole section that didn't even appear on the map, if you remember that weird room.
All right.
So we're going to pop in this room here.
Well, let's go.
Yes. It looks like
a nice spot for a safe room.
Okay, let's go.
So also, a cool thing about Kaneshiro's Palace, obviously, since it's the bank, we're going to have high security. Is we will avoid these cameras. So, we're going to use our third eye here on these cameras. And we're going to be able to see, you know, where they're pointing. And also, these cameras do kind of turn off and on. You know, some of them actually move, I think. But if we get caught in them, it's going to trigger the alarm. The alarm is going to go up. And that's going to be, you know, something we don't want to do. We don't want that alarm to essentially go up at all, because that would literally suck. Like, not gonna lie. So, like I said, this game, this palace, we do circle back quite a bit. We're also gonna end up trying to make sure we get all the will seeds. Obviously, there are some palaces where I literally forget the will seeds in this, because like I said, will seeds is one of the newer mechanics added to the game as well. Will seeds, showtime attacks, as well as Jose, so the flowers that we get in Mementos are all brand new things they added just for this game.
Damn it.
And a lot of people are like, well, they didn't really add much. Why should I, you know, drop another $60 on this game? And I understand the apprehension there.
Already know this, but inflicting status ailments on our enemies is a very useful tactic. I especially recommend it when you can't take advantage of an opponent's weaknesses.
So, for example, what Makoto was just saying, since we just got into the tutorial here, this is the Oni persona. It doesn't have an actual weakness. It is strong against, you know, gun and, you know, physical attack. And obviously, we just killed it one shot with Migadolan.
There's a shadow. What do we do?
Migadolan is the ultimate end-all, be-all move in this game. If you have a move, oh shit, we fucked up big time there. If you have a move like Migadolan, you know, I think it's Almighty. Is what it is. I think that's what it is. Either Almighty or Holy. If you have that move like that, you should just spam it, because nothing's going to be weak to it. Nothing's going to be immune to it. So you're going to deal heavy damage no matter what. Migadolan is. I literally could probably go through this game using just that move, and maybe combining like Concentrate or Heat Riser with that. Combining those two moves together, you know, using something to increase your magic skill, your next attack, essentially. That's going to be a really great, useful thing. You know, literally sitting there being like, all right, Heat Riser, boom. Concentrate, boom. All right, Migadolan, boom, dead. You know, you can take out a lot of enemies at once with that. That was, I did an Izanagi no Okami run last playthrough, and it really cut down my playtime. Because you're using the same move over and over again. I'm going to try not to use that persona. There's only a handful that I want to focus on using. Like I said, the one we're using right now, heavily using for Joker, is called Raul. And Raul is essentially like the second stage persona for Joker. It is DLC. If you were playing Persona 5 Vanilla, the game, like I said, does follow very similar story beats and everything like that. But Persona 5 Vanilla, Raul is a DLC persona you actually had to pay for, and they added him late. So I didn't have him, I didn't use him. He is part of the Legacy DLC pack that I believe is free as part of Persona 5 Royal, which is fantastic and really cool. I saw a lot of people online, like Reddit and Twitter, when the game came out and they gave out the free DLC personas and stuff like that, and costumes. People are like, what the fuck? I spent money on that. Yeah, that's fine, but this is a different game. I think it's actually really cool that Atlas did that. And then, of course, they added new DLC personas too, which you had to pay for. I did not do that, though. But having Raul now, I was like, yes, alright, fine. I didn't actually use him until now, and he's actually a pretty good persona. Arsene is cool in theory and design, but I really like Raoul a lot. I like the design for Raoul. I mean, it doesn't beat Joker's ultimate persona. That one is one of my personal favorites in this game. But I do like Raoul, and we're going to probably use him a lot. A lot of people, if you go on the Persona subreddits, they'll show off their Persona builds, and you'll have no idea what you're doing. You don't really need to have a build the way these guys build. You know, some people build their Personas like that. It's like it's Pokemon. You know, trying to be competitive with it. You're not going to be going online playing other people in Persona. That would be an interesting thing, though. If they were to do that with a future installment, like a spin-off kind of, you know what I mean? Which is funny because this game originally is a spin-off of SMT. But, you know, that being said, we're slowly making progress. Like, I feel like a lot of times we're going to go through a room, then have to go back into another room, then back into another room. In this palace, it gets a little frustrating and overwhelming at times. But I think the design as a whole in this palace, the color scheme being dark and drab, really works for it as well, because, you know, banks are kind of pretty fucking depressing, if you ask me.
Whoa.
And you want to break all those, like, piggy banks, every single one. We want to break all of them, because you never know if one of those have had items in it. I mean, obviously we'll be able to know with the third eye. With third eye, yes, we'll be able to see which one's what. I just like breaking all of them anyway. I do. It's a personal habit of mine.
Hey!
What did you say?
Hey!
Focus. We will be counting on you.
Whoa.
But
Indeed.
That reminds me. Let's go. Joker. Look, a treasure. Let's do it! This one's weak to psychokinesis. All enemies defeated. Who's next? Just what I'd expect from you, Joker.
Power courses through me.
What a skill.
Okay.
I felt the difference in strength in that fight.
ooh, there's one of found a will seed.
So we got one will seed down, which is fantastic. We just have to get 2 more will seeds left. Obviously, they're going to be spaced out because the palace is pretty damn big as a whole. I'm not going to say it's like not big, because it is. So we're kind of wandering around right now, trying to get to the next big thing. I know it's somewhere around here. We want to get to like kind of like a checkpoint of sorts. Okay, so the palaces in Persona 5 as a whole are much bigger. They're more grandiose than in Persona 4's, where we could clear a Persona 4 palace in 30-40 minutes. This takes a lot longer, in my opinion. I feel like 3 and 4, they're big games, but they're not like, you know, this big. I feel like 5 is just massive. As a whole, Persona 5 is literally one of the biggest games I've played, and I mean, like, I say biggest in terms of size and content. Like, yeah, Witcher and, like, you know, The Witcher 3 exists, you know, and Fallout games and Elder Scrolls Skyrim take up a lot of time, but I feel like this, as a whole, you know, Persona 5, as a whole, generally speaking, that you can make those games take longer. Persona 5 is just massive. Like, it is just a behemoth of a game. And I keep running in these cameras, and I feel absolutely stupid. I keep, like I said, I keep running underneath all these cameras, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm setting off the alarms. Which is fine, because we can lower it by, you know, defeating enemies as a whole. So, it doesn't really matter. We might... I'm just worried. I've never gotten up to 100% in a palace outside of, you know, when we're stealing someone's heart. We're gonna see if we can do that.
Joker!
Show me your true form. Let's go.
All right.
A decisive victory.
I'll reveal your true form.
Now's our chance to strike! It has no physical weakness, so let's use an emotional weapon.
And once we wrap up this battle, we're going to call it a day. I want to thank you guys so much for watching our Let's Play of Persona 5 Royal here. I'm that JRPG bro, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I have more Persona 5 Royal coming your way. We're going to clear out, start working more on Kaneshiro's Palace next time.